Alright, so this is going to be a request reading for the girl group Blackpink to see how their currently career is at, and then we'll switch to a small prediction for the remaining time of this year, just to see if the current energy will remain or it's just something that comes and goes. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to just pull the cards now. Alright, let's see. There we go. We have the Six of Pentacles reversed. Okay. Okay. I have two more here. Six of Wands reversed and the Knight of Swords reversed. Queen of Swords. Oh. King of Pentacles. Here we go. Three of Cups reversed. Okay, I'm going to move the camera a little bit for a better angle, and I'll take my time a little bit to really look at the cards. Okay, quite interesting. So we have here the Six of Pentacles reversed and the Six of Wands reversed. Two sixes. This is money and this is fame. That is what it's all about right now. This is where they want to put, or they're putting their attention to. I feel like it's lacking both the money and the fame. Yeah, it is not what it used to be. It reminds me of the previous prediction that I did for this girl group, where I said like they were coming back to a specific industry, and they saw that things were different, that things were more tough, that it was not, that it was more challenging than the past. That's what I was getting, that they had to fight more for their position than what they did in the past. And that's pretty much what I see here with the fame and the money. I think not much money is being brought in as maybe in the past, as with the Six of Pentacles. And with the Six of Wands, they might have a perception that their popularity or their relevance might be diminishing, and I think it's a worry. I do think that they believe what the cause is, which is this Knight of Swords reverse. This Knight of Swords reverse has to do with strategies, tactics, and in some sort of way, I think they blame this on their company. Yeah, it's just things that are not really fleshed out. It's just being too impatient, too impulsive. It's like something that needed your full attention to finish, your time, attention, dedication, but you kind of like wrapped it up very quickly and just put it out there. That's what it reminds me of. Reminds me a little bit again of this. It's actually the same card that I got for 17, where I said like there are certain projects that are half baked. And yeah, and at least what I was getting for that group, it was more like you still have the time to do something about it, because it was, still in the making. But this feels like more the past. It's like we have lost relevancy, or the spotlight on us, and we've lost maybe having the upper hand when it comes to financial negotiation. It is due to your poor management. It is due to your poor strategizing and implying tactics to our career. So yeah, I do feel like they blame it on the company, which I can understand. I don't see it to be their fault, because, well, I don't, at least that is how they're blaming it. I don't know what else is coming through, but of course it is the company's job to do their job well. It's not the girl's job to promote themselves in a certain way, as a group. It's not their job to do their marketing. They have to make music and put music out there, or if they don't make their own music, they just have to sing or whatever. Whatever their job is as an idol, that is their job. They don't have to do all these other strategies and tactics. That was normally their company's job, and I do feel like they're blaming their company for the loss of these things. But so this is a little bit more the worry. This is almost like the problem, and here is the solution. Though fully, I'm not really convinced if it's really a good solution. You do have here the Queen of Swords and the King of Pentacles. This is investment coming in. I think there is a powerful person putting in money into this group, which then makes them still sustainable, makes them still get quite some great opportunities. And that's what you see here with the Queen of Swords. This is opportunities and prize being given to them, and it has to do with that sponsoring that person is doing. This King of Pentacles, it's investments. They're investing into this group, but it's not a company. Money from outside is what I keep getting. It's money from outside of the company. The company doesn't have really the money to put these girls out there where these girls want to be. So yeah. The result for me is the Three of Cups reversed. It looks like there will be things to celebrate, because they will have these opportunities. They will be able to take them, and they will have money to sustain their career, but the Three of Cups feels short-lived. The Three of Cups feels like there are celebrations, but they come and they go. That's pretty much what I have here. It's as if you're trying to solve a problem, but you're not really solving it. It's as if you have a leaking roof, and you are trying to just put tape on it so the water doesn't come out. Yes, maybe for a couple of hours or a day or two, it will be prevented from leaking, but actually you really need to find to the core of the problem, and really solve that so it doesn't happen again. And for that, you really need to put time, effort, and money into that, but that is kind of not being happened here. It's almost like I'll throw money at this and things will be solved. So yeah, and because of this money, you will have these projects, but it's like that is, no matter how many great things you get, the opportunities you get, I don't feel like the results will really make up for it. So the question is, where does the problem lie, that the results are going to be very fleeting or not as great as you expect, even though you have these great things, this so much sponsoring, so much investment. It's really a lot of money, and these are great projects, really big projects for big artists. So how come that the results are not matching that up? That is my question here. um yeah, it's short-lived celebration. That's pretty much what I have. I'm not saying that it don't, yeah, they will have it, but it feels short-lived. It feels just not long-term. It feels all short-term. I feel like this company thinks very short-term for all their groups, and maybe the artists also take in that way of thinking, and they're kind of doing, they also manage their career like that. I'm not sure. I feel like it's just all influence there, because I don't feel like it's only the company. I feel like maybe it's also these girls that just go for short-term projects, or like short-term results, what I want to say. They don't really think long-term and think like the real consequences of certain decisions that they make when it comes to their career and businesses. I don't know, but that's pretty much what's coming through here for them. So yeah, it is going, this is great, to be honest, but I don't know, I feel like the results are not the greatest. You could have gotten much better things out of this if you actually put more work to those things. If you actually don't try, it's like this is a problem, and it will always exist just by throwing money and going at it, and because of that you get some great projects. It will not solve everything. It's just kind of a cover-up. That's pretty much what I see here. Is again that tape on the leaking roof. Eventually it will fall off, and then you have a leaking roof again. So what is the point? But yeah, that's pretty much what I have here. Let's see what we get with the oracle cards. Okay, let's see. Here we have something. Investments, yeah. We have something too. Celebration. Sweet success, yeah. See, due to these investments, you will have things to celebrate and you will have some sweet success. That is the King of Pentacles. What I keep saying, there is an investment, there is sponsoring going on with King of Pentacles. This person will give you this Queen of Swords, which are these great projects. And yes, they will have some relevancy. Yes, they will have an like a certain results, but you could have had more. You could have it could have been more long term than just that it comes and it goes. That's what I want to say. This sweet six, it's like I don't know, this lollipop will eventually be eaten very quickly and then it's done and you want the next thing, the next thing. Yeah. Yeah, so it is good, there are good things coming in for them. They're being helped, financially, and this Queen of Swords is going to help, this relevancy and them being in the spotlight and having recognition and all of this. But I just feel like it's short term. It just feels small as a result compared to what they could have had they really handled the issue to the core, like handle the core of the issue is what I want to say, instead of just throwing things at it so that you think like if I don't see it, it's fixed, it's like sweeping things under the rug. That's what I feel like. And it's not really only the company thing. I think it's also the way these girls handle their career, and this could be an influence from the company, like the company may have could have kind of influence them in a way of like this is how you handle your career, and that's how they were taught and how they learned. But I don't know, because I feel like it's both ways. That's very short-term way of thinking for their careers. Yeah, I see it that it's both ways, not only the company but these girls too. um but yeah, that's pretty much it what I have here currently for them. Let's move on and see what we get for the remaining time of this year. All right, let's see. Here we go. We have again the Six of Wands reversed. Let's see. Something here. We have the Emperor. Okay. We have the Empress. Two major arcana, the Emperor and the Empress. That is interesting. There we go. The Tower. Oof. Give me a sec. Okay, so again, this is still something that they will be wanting to work on, which is relevancy, which is popularity, having fame, being on the spotlight, having that, yeah, shining. It's that having the star factor. They want to draw attention. They want to be recognized for specific things. I don't know what specifically they want. I do feel like they want to be number one, because the Emperor and the Empress, as if like I don't only want to be the best of the women or like the best female group. We want to be just the Emperor. We want to be the best out of the best. At the same time, I see what they're going to try to do to get to be that, and that is the Emperor. There is somebody very powerful or a organization very powerful that they might work with, and what will be promised in some sort of way is also the Empress. A lot of abundance, a lot of prosperity, but also a lot of creative endeavors that will be given to them, or that's what they will promise. That's what I see here. But then you have here the Tower. It's like it's going to crumble down. I don't know if it happens along the way. Again, this is just a prediction for the remaining time of this year, so this could be just the initiation of something. But the Tower, it's as if like it's not sustainable. It's not, you're building on air. You're just No. If you don't fix the foundation, the core, whatever you put on it and continue to build on it, yes, it might look beautiful and powerful from the outside, but it will crumble very quickly. It looks beautiful from the outside, but it can be very hollow from the inside. So yeah, I'm like, the more you go and do things with very powerful people, the more you're trapped and the more you will have harder consequences. That's pretty much what I have here. Could be that they get this empress. Like, I'm not saying that they will not get that, but at what cost? And have you really thought of the consequence? I keep thinking, like, you don't think long term, you want things fast. And it's like, I keep getting sometimes like fake it till you make it. And that's like, it can happen, it can work sometimes, but it cannot always happen. I don't know what this mentality is of this company is really. Yeah, I don't see this turning out well, and it's just these major arcanas are very powerful. So it's like, if you're dealing with powerful people, you will have to face powerful consequences or big consequences. That's pretty much what I have here. And again, I'm not saying that what they will get in return is not great, but it just again feels fleeting and it will crumble quickly. Ay, 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 ay. Just for this, for fame. For fame, yeah. To be on a spotlight, to get that recognition. I don't know if it's worth it, you know. If no, they want it too fast. They want it too fast, and that's why they go and make certain deals that are not the greatest deals to make. You haven't really thought everything out. Also, what I'm getting here, what I'm getting here, you know what it reminds me of? I did in a previous reading for their group, but I also did for the members specifically separately. And I remember saying that, I think it was for Jenny. I said to her, and there was a saying in Spanish, de Guatemala, guate peor, yeah. And it's actually pretty much the same. It's like from going from bad to worse. And it had to do with like, there was a frustration with her company when it came to her career, and it's like she felt trapped. So it's in some sort of way she was able to escape that, or yeah, walk away from that, to go to another prison, to go to another cage. It's like, haven't you learned from the past? People can come and tell you everything is different, and we are different, and we're going to do this and that. Yes, they will sell you the whole world for you, like you will have this and this and that. But I feel like it's a scam. Like, you need to be more careful. Like, not everything is as good as it sounds. Like, there is, if they offer you the world, then it's like they're not just they're not doing it out of the good of their heart. They're doing it because they want things in return, and it's going to be as big back or even bigger, because they don't want to lose, you know. Yeah, it's a negotiation. They're not doing it because they're angels or like good people just trying to help out in the industry. No, it is because they want something back in return, and they want to make profit. So it's actually going to be something bigger what they want in return than that. But it's up to them if they're going to do that, if they buy it, or if it's willing, if they're willing to take that risk, or those consequences. What I want to say. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Weird vibes, weird vibes, to be honest. But okay, you know, it's their life. I'm going to pull some oracle cards and we see what we get. Okay, we have something here. Shedding, yeah. Star power. There we go. Closed doors, yeah. So I think this is what they are being promised with shedding. It's reducing losses, elimination, and completing new metamorphosis. Time to set higher goals. So they're, again, these people are offering them the world. It's like, we're going to take you into the stars, to the moon, and beyond. You know, that's pretty much what I see. It's like, we're going to make things different from you, and it's going to be different, this and that. and they're going to offer them that star power. It's like become an influencer of the company and earn fame, popularity, step into spotlight. That is what they want. That is a Six of Wands, you know, on the being on the front of the papers and people praising you. You're the best. There's nobody better than you, and all this stuff. But I think quickly they will realize that it's not as they have been told it would be. It's again reminds me of the reading of 17, where you have, like I said, like people will sell you things, and yeah, it's like as if you buy it completely. With 17, I felt more of like the company was kind of telling them, let's go try this and that, and they were making the project look very appealing. I didn't get a weird vibe from it of like, oh, we're going to sabotage them, or oh, we're going to, you know, I don't know, have these intentions. No, they just want the group to go along with it, to try these things out, and that's why they're kind of really pushing for it, or really you know, selling it in some sort of way. But here it's yeah, it is again reminds me something like that. Like you have this person that comes door to door and is selling you something, and they talk about what that the product they're selling is the best thing in the world, and yeah, you buy it. But then it can be that it's a great thing, but it can also be that it's just crap and they just sold you crap. It reminds me of a scam. It reminds me of a, in this case with these girls, yeah, it reminds me of that. It's like people, the scammers, I call you on the phone, and they sell you all this stuff, and you just have to do this or that, and yeah, they're actually just taking advantage of you, and that's what I feel like is happening with closed doors. You know, good job opportunities. The current job is coming to an end, start all over again, and that is what the tower means. You will have to start over. Once you keep building up on this tower, it will crumble because you're building on air, you're building on not solid foundation, you're not fixing the issue, so everything is very unstable. Everything will crumble down, and then you will have to rebuild. What did you sacrifice? Quite a lot, but yeah, what can you do? You already made the deals. So I don't know, I don't see this as a good thing for these girls. Reminds me of the story of Icarus. You kind of flew too close to the sun, you wanted the sun, and then you got burned. I hope that that is not the case for these girls, and that when, if it does happen and that they have to rebuild, well, yeah, then they have to, and I hope that at least it is a lesson learned. I'm sorry, you might hear some noise, but it's my dog chewing on something. So yeah, that is pretty much what I want to say. It's like, at least I hope it is a lesson learned, and that they can rebuild again, and they can, you know, move on. And like sometimes that is the tower. Like sometimes the universe telling you that you're on the wrong path, and that whatever you have been building is not being built in the right way. So because if you continue to ignore the lesson, then the universe will take matters in its own hand, and they will give you some sort of a wake up call, and it's not going to be a nice one. Like people that have gone through tower moments, it is the worst, to be honest. Like especially when it's monthly, like if it keeps coming up. Right now I really hate the tower. Sometimes depending on the situation, it can be like a revelation, it can be almost freeing, but then other moments it's just trouble after trouble after trouble, and you're like, give me a break, you know. Yeah, I right now the tower, I fear it because I've been getting it for the past 6 months, every month, and always there's something going on that's like, oh my god, like why? You know. So, and it is in some sort of wake up call, but it is in some sort of way you need to learn certain lessons, but if you're not willing to, they will continue to happen. It's just so frustrating and stressful, and you have to start over again, over again, over again. It's just so draining. But yeah, it's not the end of the world, is what I want to say. It's just dramatic. It's just anguish, to be honest. You're going through an anguish period, and you have to rebuild, and things just keep going bad and bad, and you need to kind of start again in the right way and move on. What else can I tell you? This path is closed. You were not supposed to go through there. You continue to go and try it and try it. Now the universe is going to tell you, no, now like we've been sending you signs, but now it's enough, and now you will feel it. So I do hope that they realize early on to pivot away so that they can avoid this tower. But if not, well, yeah, it is what it is. But it's not the end of the world, please understand. It is not the end of the world. Life continues on. It's just going to be tough, tough, tough moments. But we are all still here in living life. It is what it is. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this reading to a certain extent. But yeah, it is what it is. I got what I got. I don't have much more to add on than this. So yeah, until next time. Bye bye.